Okay, I'm going to record here. Okay, that word objectively indicates that it is conclusive one way or another. There's no gray area as to, it might be true, but at times it could be false. So it's true and false. None of that stuff. A statement is either true or it is false. No in between. All right. For example, I don't really understand this one, but radioactive spiders can make you a superhero. Radioactive spiders can make you a superhero. I don't even know what that's saying in all honesty, but they're calling it false. Okay. Um, that's an odd statement to say the least. All right, here's a more run of the mill. 2 plus 10 is
It's a
equal.
reference. Oh,
What's
I'm
that?
sorry.
Go
I
ahead.
think it's a reference to Spider-Man.
No, is it Spider-Man? All right.
Yeah.
Radioactive spiders can make you a superhero. Now, I mean, if you don't know anything about Spider-Man, do you agree that this is not going to be that objective? This is going to be basically a big question mark on our minds. Now, here's one that's certainly objective. 2 plus 10 is equal to 12. That is true all day long. Do you agree? So that is a statement. The following sentences, however, are not considered to be statements. Give me onion rings with my order. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a command. That is not a statement. Okay. What operating system are you running? This is a question. It's not a statement. Sweet. You've heard people say sweet. Okay. That's an exclamation. That's not a statement. The guy sitting next to me is kind of goofy. Well, that is not a statement because there's no objectivity in defining clearly what goofy means. Goofy could mean one thing to someone and something else to somebody else. So that is not a statement. Right. So decide which of the following are statements and which are not statements. Okay. And we could call this classwork number 1, ladies and gentlemen. I'll give you a couple minutes to mull over all of these here and just basically indicate whether it is a statement or is not a statement. And we'll call this classwork 1, and you can get this to me by midnight tonight. Okay, your responses. So classwork 1. All right, go ahead and look at these and think about them. Give you a couple minutes.
or, you know, we'll know who it is.
I looked at it just like before I came out, like I remember.
Yeah, yeah. Thankfully, it has a tracker on it now and like a lock.
Oh, yeah.
There's a bunch of stuff, so I'm like, you can't fool me, man. I know where it is.
It's amazing how that happened, because I was like sitting here. I literally wouldn't like, I think 3 or something.
Yeah,
It was bad. And it was,
yeah, yeah,
you didn't even make us out. I was like,
just in and out super quick, and I was sitting in the room. I'm like, how did that happen? That's so weird.
yeah, I know, it was next to the door and the door was off, and
Yeah,
so it made it easy for him.
yeah, and we never opened that door.
Yeah, it was the one time.
Yeah.
That nobody was here.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at these here. Number A, most scientists agree that climate change is a threat to the environment. Do you believe that's a statement? Anybody?
Statement.
What's that?
Statement.
Well, you agree if it says most scientists agree, that leaves the door open or ajar for some scientists not to agree. Do you agree? Doesn't say all scientists agree. It says most. That means some of them don't agree. That creates a gray area. Do you agree?
Yeah.
This doesn't look like a statement.
That would be, would you consider that an opinion?
Well, it's not a universal consensus, that's for sure, with all scientists. So we have to downplay the fact that it may not be a statement. Okay, I would be leaning towards not being a statement. Okay, is that your laptop? Is that a statement?
Is that no? Is that a question?
That's just a question. That's not a statement. See, man, that hurts. Is that a statement?
I think it's an exclamation.
Yeah, that's just an exclamation. It's not a statement. All right, D, 432 plus 8 divided by 1.3 is equal to the square root of 115,000. Do you agree that we could, on a calculator, work out the left side of this equation? Well, the left side of this statement, the left side of this expression, using the order of operations, and then we could see if it gives us the right side. Do you agree we could definitely check whether this is true or false?
Yes.
So this is definitely a statement. Okay. E, this book is about database management. I am assuming they're referring to our book, our textbook. True or false? Is it about database management? The answer is no, it is not. No, it is not. So this is definitely a false statement. It is a statement because it's conclusively false. Right? F, watching reality shows turns your brain to mush. Is that a statement?
Yes.
No.
No.
Nope. Mush. What's your definition of mush? That could have a million different definitions. Do you agree? That's not a statement, ladies and gentlemen. It's got to be conclusively true or false. Just remember, conclusively, without a doubt, true or false. Okay. Not the majority of people that believe it is true. It has to be all people that believe it's true, and it has to be true if it is true. Okay. All right, so we'll call that classwork number 1. All right. A simple statement contains only one idea. So a simple statement contains only one idea. Here's some examples. Your jeans are torn. Do you agree that is either true or false? Obviously, right? There's no gray area here. Your jeans are either torn or they're not torn. Okay. My room has a virtual mountain of dirty socks in it. See, these are only one idea statements here. Okay? They focus on just one idea. First one just focuses on jeans. Second one focuses on dirty socks. The third one, Daytona Beach is in Florida. That's obviously true. That's a statement. Okay. And that's just a one idea statement. Right. So those are one idea statements or simple statements. A compound statement is formed by joining two or more simple statements with a connective word. What are connective words? Well, we're going to find out very quickly that two very common connective words are the word and the word or. Okay. If you hear some examples of compound statements, John studied for 5 hours and he got an A. The word and connects two simple statements together. The fact that he studied for 5 hours and he got an A. That's a compound statement. And is a connective word. Right. Louisa will run in a mini triathlon, or she will play in the campus tournament. The word or is a connective statement. It connects together two simple statements. That's a compound statement. If I get 80% of the questions on the LSAT right, then I will get into law school. Ladies and gentlemen, this is called a conditional statement. You got the word if, and then you have the word then. If-thens are always compound statements, okay? So these are examples of compound statements. They have connectivity words, words and, or you could have if-then, an if-then statement. Or sometimes we can have an if and only if statement, which is called a biconditional statement, okay? All right. Here are your connectives that we will see. The words and, or, if then, and if and only if. Right? And, ladies and gentlemen, is called a conjunction. Or is called a disjunction. If then statement is called a conditional statement. If and only if, you see if and only if in a statement, that's called a biconditional statement. Conditional statements are a one-way street. They only work in one direction, from left to right. The biconditional statements are two-way streets. They go in both directions. A lot of theorems in mathematics are if-then theorems, but a lot of them are also if and only if theorems. Right? Proving if and only if theorems, you have to prove it in both directions. To prove an if a conditional, you just have to prove the theorem in one direction. So there's a big difference there. All right, classifying statements as simple or compound. Ladies and gentlemen, we will call this classwork number 2. Read them, think about them, and give me a response for each one. Classwork 2. Give you a couple minutes to play around with those. All right, how about the first one? Our school mascot is a moose. Is that a simple or compound statement?
Simple.
Yeah, it's a simple, it's only, one idea. It's about just the mascot, That's a simple statement. B, if you register for Wi-Fi service, you will get 3 days of free access. If you register for Wi-Fi service, you will get 3 days of free access. What do you think?
Compound.
Compound.
What makes you say that?
Yeah.
I say simple.
Yeah, you got the word if here. See that word if here?
Yeah.
Now,
And
they failed to put what word in here though?
and
Then, yeah, they forget them. They did not explicitly put the word then in here, but it is kind of strongly implied. If you register for Wi-Fi service, then you will get 3 days of free access. Yeah, that is a conditional statement. That is a compound statement. Okay. How about C? Tomorrow is the last day to register for classes.
simple.
Simple.
Yeah, it's just a simple statement. It's just about registration. How about D? In the interest of saving the planet, I will buy either a hybrid or a motorcycle.
Compound.
Compound. Have a connective word or connecting two simple statements together. That's a compound statement. All right, pretty clear on those. We'll call that classwork number 2. Let's move on. Okay, quantified statements involve terms such as the words all, each, every, no, none, some, there exists, and at least one. If you see any of these words later on, you have what is called a quantified statement. More specifically, if you see the words all, each, every, no, and none, then we have what is called a universal quantifier. These are called universal quantifiers because they basically refer to all the elements in the universal set. These words, all, each, every, no, and none. Those are called universal quantifiers. Existential quantifiers are these words. Some, there exists, at least one. Okay. These words, some, there exists, and at least one, do not include all the elements in the universal set. That's why we call these existential quantifiers. They're not universal. All right, so those words, you might want to, jot them down or have them in an obvious place at your disposal. You never know when you're going to need them, okay? All, each, every, no, none versus some, there exists at least one. Here are some examples of quantified statements. Every student taking philosophy this semester will pass. Is the word every a universal or existential quantifier? What do you think?
Universal.
Universal. That means everybody in the universal set. Every student that takes philosophy. Okay. No nursing student is also majoring in criminal justice. The word no, is that universal or an existential quantifier?
Universal.
That's universal. Yeah, it means none in the entire universal set of the nursing students. Some people who are Miami Hurricane fans are also Miami Dolphin fans. What do you think? The word some.
Existential.
That's an existential. Yeah. Because that does not include all people. Okay. That's an existential quantifier. There is at least one professor at this school who does not have brown eyes. Do you think this is a universal or existential quantifier?
Existential.
Yeah, it does not include all the professors. Exactly. All right, so we clear on universal versus existential quantifiers? Pretty clear. It's not that difficult. All right, now, ladies and gentlemen, negations. The negation of a statement is a corresponding statement with the opposite truth value. So if our original statement is true, then the negation of our original statement has to be, what do you think?
Not true.
Not true or false. Yeah. If our original statement is false, then the negation of that statement must be true.
True.
Okay.
My ear.
Typical way to negate a simple statement is by adding the word not. If the statement is already, if the statement already includes the word not, then you'd have to form not of not. But not of not means you just remove all the nots. Okay. To say not means to say is, correct? All right. All right, here are some examples of negations. The original statement says Auburn will win Saturday. The negation would be Auburn will not win Saturday. The statement, I took a shower today. The negation of that statement would be, I did not take a shower today. My car is clean. The negation of that statement is my car is not clean. By the way, all those statements, are they simple or compound statements?
Simple.
They're all simple statements, exactly. All right, now we can summarize the negation of quantified statements as follows. Suppose the statement contains the words all do. Ladies and gentlemen, to say that, to state the negation of all do, what would be the negation of saying all do? What's the other side of the fence of saying all do?
None
They
do.
all do not.
Well, some do not, correct? Or
Some
not,
do not.
not all do. Yeah, some do not or not all do. What would be the negation of saying some do? Some do.
None do. Or all
None
do.
do.
Do not. Or all do not.
The negation of some do is to say that none do or all do not. The negation of some do not is to say
All do.
all do.
All do.
The negation of none do is to say
Some.
some
do.
do. Now, an important side note here, if you got the word some, the word some also means at least one. So the negation of none do is to say at least one does, correct? That'd be the negation. So the word some means the phrase at least one. They mean the same thing. They're synonymous with one another. Okay. All right, here's a way to remember some of these statements versus their negations. Notice on the left, you got all are and some are. So all are and some are. On the right, you got none are and some are not. So all are, okay, all are, some are. That's easy to remember on the left. All are, some are. And on the right, none are and some are not. Okay, so the negation of saying all are is to say what? Some are not. Those are negations of each other. All are and some are not. These are negations of each other. Some are, if it's negated, would mean what? Some are, none are. Okay. So it's just a matter of kind of like getting familiar with these words here. Okay, these quantifiers. With practice, it'll start to sit in your mind better. All right, we'll call this classwork number 3. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to write the negation of each of the quantified statements. Just write the negation. We'll call this classwork 3. All right, go on. Go ahead and do it. All right, anybody want to contribute for A there? You come up with anything?
I said, every student taking philosophy this semester will not pass.
You got part of it correct. You got that
Okay.
part correct. Now, what would be the negation of the word every?
None.
None.
Well, not to say none, every, the negation of every would mean that somewhat, some,
Some did, yeah.
right? Some, not
Oh,
every, but some, right? So,
Oh, so it should say some
yeah,
students.
what we could say is like some students taking philosophy this semester, what, will not pass. There you go.
Okay,
We're actually negating the word every, which is a universal quantifier.
okay.
And we're negating the fact that they will all pass, correct? So, all right, yeah. So some students taking philosophy this semester will not pass. That would be like the negation. B, some people who are Miami Hurricane fans are also Miami Dolphin fans. Keep in mind the word some can be replaced with at least one person who is a Miami Hurricane fan is also a what? Miami Dolphin fan. So what would be the negation of saying at least one? Or the negation of some?
none.
None, you're correct, yeah. Instead of saying none people, because that don't sound right, we would
Right.
say no people who are Miami Hurricane fans are also Miami Dolphin fans. That would be the negation.
Could you say that one again, please?
All right, yeah, the negation of some, or some means the same thing as at least one, would be none. Okay. So the negation of some or at least one would be what? None. Let's see if we can go back and see that here. There you go. You see the negation of some is what? None. You see that there? Okay, so we applied that to B here. So none.
How would you read it again? I'm
Well, we
sorry.
would say no people who are Miami Hurricane fans are also Miami Dolphin fans.
Okay.
Yeah, to say none people, it's not, you know, it's not proper grammar. All right, C. Anybody got an idea on C? What's the negation of this statement?
There are no professors with brown eyes.
Yeah, let's go back. Remember the alias for saying at least one is to say what? Some. Do you agree? Some means the same thing as at least one. And the negation would say what? None.
None.
So the negation of saying there is at least one professor in the school who does not have brown eyes would be saying what?
No professors in the school.
Okay. No professors in
Can you change the wording, or you have to keep it, just replace this quantitative statement, or
now we actually have two areas. We got there is at least one, and we have the word what? Not. Do you agree? Not in there. We need to negate both those here. And so, ladies and gentlemen, when you negate there is at least one professor in this school who does not have brown eyes, the total negation of the entire statement would say all professors at this school have what? Have brown eyes. That would be the negation of there is at least one, and also the word not. Yeah, so the negation of this entire statement would say that all professors at the school have what? Brown eyes, because you're also negating the word not. Do you agree? And remember they said that when you have the word not, you're negating not. That means you just drop the word not. Do you agree? Not means you get rid of not.
It just doesn't sound right to me, though. I don't know.
Let's see,
All
there is at
professors-
least one professor in the school who does not have brown eyes. So there's at least one professor, let's say maybe that has blue eyes, let's say.
Okay.
The negation of that would say no. There's no professors that have different color eyes than what? Brown. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
Meaning that we would say, stated properly as saying all professors at this school have what? Brown eyes.
All the professors have brown eyes.
Because there's not at least one that does what? Not have brown eyes or have a different color eyes, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. D, no nursing student is also majoring in criminal justice. No. What's the negation of the word no? None are, some are, yeah. So you could say what? Some nursing students are also majoring in what? Criminal justice. Okay. All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get into symbolic notation as a more compact way of representing these quantified statements here. Okay. Symbolism. And that really is the goal, because when we get into symbolism, it's more efficient than words, a lot more efficient than words. All right. And here we go. The word and is a conjunction. Remember we indicated that earlier? Ladies and gentlemen, symbolically to represent the word and, we use this, looks like a little, what? Like a little teepee symbol. You see that there? That's the symbol that represents the word and. Call it a teepee or a hat or whatever you want to call it. But that is the symbol that's used in logic books for the word and. Disjunction is the word or. They flip that teepee upside down. And this is a symbol used to represent the word or. A conditional statement, if then, you know how they represent if then? They use an arrow that points from left to right. That arrow that points from left to right means the phrase if then, the conditional statement if then. Biconditional, and do you agree that's like a one-way street, like I indicated earlier? If thens are one-way streets, right? If and only if, a biconditional is a two-way street, and therefore it is a double directional arrow. That's the symbol that represents a biconditional, which represents if and only if. So these are the symbols that we will be using when we get a little bit deeper into logic here in truth tables, which are right around the bend. Okay, so those symbols, we'll get used to them because we'll be using them a lot. All right. Now, how do we represent simple statements symbolically? Well, ladies and gentlemen, we usually use lowercase letters like P and Q and R are very common letters that are used to represent statements. For example, we could use P to represent the statement, I got paid Friday, and Q to represent the statement, I will go out this weekend. So do you agree that we could put these statements together and form a conditional statement? We could form a statement that says, if I get paid Friday, then I will go out this weekend. Do you see the word if then? If then? That's a conditional, isn't it? If then. So remember, P represents what? This statement. That's P. Q represents what? This statement. So ladies and gentlemen, how symbolically could I represent this conditional statement in words? How could I do that? Well, you would just say P, if P, then Q. That's how you interpret what you're looking at here. You read this as if P, then Q. If P, then Q. If I get paid on Friday, then I will go out this weekend. Does that make sense there? This is a compact way of representing this conditional, which is in words. All righty. If P, then Q. If I get paid, then I will go out this weekend. All right, so we will be warming up to this more compact, efficient way of representing conditional, or rather statements in general, by using these symbols here. Now, this tilde symbol here, that by the way, that's what this is called. It's called the tilde symbol. It is on the key, a computer keyboard. I think it's either on a key or above a key. This is called the tilde symbol. The tilde symbol was used in this textbook to represent the negation. So if you put the tilde symbol in front of a statement, that negates the statement. That means the statement's being negated. In other words, if P represents the statement, I get paid Friday, then what does the little tilde in front of P statement represent? What's the negation of I get paid Friday? I do not get paid Friday, correct? Is that making sense? This little tilde symbol.
Yes.
That
Yes.
negates a statement. That's the negation symbol that we'll use in this textbook. Okay, and you know, in all honesty, that's a fairly common universal symbol in all logic books. although I have seen a symbol like this before. I've seen some logic books that use this symbol. That's the negation of statement P, but we're going to use the tilde symbol, okay, in this textbook. All right, let's use the symbol P to represent the statement large coney is a dog, and Q to represent the statement Guinness is a cat. So P represents the statement large coney is a dog. Q represents the simple statement Guinness is a cat. What does this statement mean here?
That large coney is not a dog.
Yes, large coney, you're negating statement P, so that means large coney is not a dog. And what is this statement? What is this connective symbol? What word does that represent?
And
And. Yeah, that's and. So this is how we read the statement. Large coney is not a dog, and what? Guinness is a cat.
Guinness a cat.
Do you agree that's how we read that? Based on
Yeah.
how statements P and Q. Okay. Large coney is not a dog, and Guinness is a cat. All right. How about statement B here? How do we, interpret what this is saying here? Notice they're negating the and between P and Q. So, like, how would we state this in words here? This,
Large coney is a dog and Guinness is not a cat, I think.
all right. Now,
The-
let's see. Say that one more time.
I said large coney is a dog and
Is a dog?
oh, it's not a dog.
Okay.
Guinness is not a cat. I'm
Yeah,
not for
yeah,
sure. I'm not for
No,
sure.
that would be a way of saying that. Not P and Q is saying that it is not true that Coney is a dog and what? Guinness is a cat. You agree? All right.
Yeah.
It's negating those two simple statements. I have a question for you. Are these statements saying the same thing between A and B?
No.
No.
Doesn't look like it. First one saying Coney is not a dog and Guinness is a cat. So Guinness is still a cat, the first one. But the second one, I'm interpreting it as Coney is not a dog. Coney is not a dog and what? Guinness is not a cat. Or it is not true that Coney is a dog and Guinness is a what? Is a cat? Because you got the word and between these two statements, that must mean that both these animals are what? Not what they're purported to be. Do you agree?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm interpreting that there. Okay. So this is how they state it, the last one here. It is not the case. In other words, it is not true that large coney is a dog and what? Guinness is a cat. So we did interpret that correctly. All right. And we did interpret the first one correctly. Do you agree? Large coney is not a dog and Guinness is a cat. All right. They don't say the same thing. The first clearly says that large coney is not a dog, but the second one says it's not true that both large coney is a dog and Guinness is a cat. Whereas the first statement did say that Guinness was a cat. Okay, that's why they're not true. All right. Suppose P represents the statement it is cloudy and Q represents the statement I will go to the beach. Write each statement in symbols.
Um,
I'm going to have you work on this one for a couple minutes here. We'll call this classwork number, I think it's 4, correct? We up to number 4? I believe we're up to number 4.
Yeah.
I want you to, see if you can convert these statements into symbols, using symbols. All right, I'll give you a little bit of time to look over this and maybe just think about it a little bit and see if you can come up with something. Just try to do something with each one, all right? We may not be correct, but at least entertain each one. All right, go ahead. All right, anybody got any idea on A? I will not go to the beach. What statement represented we would go to the beach?
Q.
Q,
Q. And it says I will not go to the beach. So it looks like we're negating what? Q? How do we write that using symbols?
The squiggly line, Cheetle,
A little tilde symbol, and you would say
tilde.
not what? Not Q, correct? Do you agree that's what it's saying? I will not go to the beach.
Yeah.
yes.
All right, how about B? It is cloudy and I will go to the beach. P represents the statement it is what? Cloudy, correct?
Right.
What's the symbol for and? The connected.
The
The triangle that points up.
Yeah, yeah,
And I will go to the beach. I will go to the beach represents statement what? Q.
Q.
So there you go. P and Q, do you agree?
Yep.
Yes.
That's how you'd write it in symbols, right? P and Q. It is cloudy and I will go to the beach. All right, C, if it is cloudy, then, then, notice we have what is called a conditional. If it is cloudy, so if P, then what?
Is it a arrow pointing towards the
Yeah,
Q?
it's gonna be an arrow. So if P, then what? Q?
Q.
But
But
Q
it
It would be
said,
but
like
it has
Tilde
that tilt in
Q.
front of it.
we're
tilde Q.
negating Q. Yeah, we're not going to the beach. So we put a little tilde symbol in front
Yeah.
of Q. And
All
there
right, I
you
had that one right.
that would be it. Yeah,
Mhm.
if P, then not Q. That's how we read
I have a
it.
question for you. Do
Mhm.
you need to put the period behind any of these, or
No
it
period.
doesn't matter at this
Don't
point?
worry about the
Okay.
period. No. So if P, then not Q. Mhm. All right, here's a beauty. I will go to the beach. Here's your key clue. If and only if it is not cloudy. So P is I will go what? To the beach,
To the
correct?
beach. Uh-huh.
If and only if warrants what symbol? If and only if. That's a biconditional. Do you agree?
It's the arrow that points back and forth.
Yeah, this is a double directional arrow. If and
Yeah.
only if. So P, if and only if it is not cloudy. So, and Q was, I'm sorry, wait a minute, hold on a second here. We don't have this right. Hold the shell. I have this mixed up.
It's Q, arrow both directions,
Yeah.
tilde P.
I will go to the beach was statement what? Q, correct? There we go. So we should have statement Q, if and only if. Not cloudy is the negation of what statement?
So it's tilde P.
Yeah, the negation of statement P. So you'd have to have the tilde and the P there. There you go. So Q, if and only if not P, correct?
Yes.
That's how we would read. That's really what's going on.
Yes.
So that would be the symbolism we use. So we're starting to get a little more comfortable now with these symbols. And that's something that we'll be doing a little bit more, but we're easing into it here. Okay, and then they did let me see something here. Did I? Even only if not Q. I think we had what do we have here? We had not Q if and only if P. Do you agree? I think we had that. But hey, look at would these be the same? No. Why are these the same? Why
Because it's biconditional.
That's right, because it's biconditional. It's a two-way street. So it don't matter if you have it stated this way or this way. They're saying the same thing. If and only if goes in both directions. Now, if this was just a conditional, if then, you got to get the order correct. There is no other way. All right. In other words, this is a conditional. So you could not say this. This would not be true for this one. These are not equal to each other. Okay. Because this is a conditional, a one-way street. All right. But this is a biconditional, two-way street. So, you know, it doesn't matter if you have the statement on the right, on the left, or one on the right, on the left, or on the right. All right, so that's a two-way street. All right. All right, statement P is defined to be the simple statement, my dog is a golden retriever, and Q is a simple statement, my dog is fuzzy. I find that kind of interesting. The word fuzzy, do you agree that there might be a little bit of subjectivity with that word? Fuzzy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what's your definition of fuzzy? But whatever, we have to assume that this is a valid, simple statement. Okay. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, we'll call this classwork number 5. I want you to convert these symbols into words using the defined statements. Classwork 5, think about these. See if you can write the equivalent statement in words. All right, go ahead, try those out.
What does I say?
All right, ready to take a look at them? Now, P is a statement that my dog is a golden retriever. Q is a simple statement my dog is fuzzy. A, how would we describe what that statement is saying in words?
Is it my dog is not a golden retriever?
That's correct. My dog is not a golden retriever. B, how would we describe it?
So I know the upside down V is or, but I didn't know how to put it in words. So I
Okay.
didn't know if I'm saying my dog is neither.
No. You just put the word or in between the statements. That's all you have to do. So my dog is a golden retriever, or my dog is what?
Oh, okay.
Fuzzy. That's it. That's it. Yeah, my dog is a golden retriever, or my dog is fuzzy. That's all you have to say.
So even if the sentence really don't make sense, you just write it how it is.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah. I mean,
C really didn't make sense to me.
yeah, we're not judging whether these statements, these compound statements make sense or anything. We're
And
just
you don't drop a word.
we're just writing them the way we see them, correct? That's it.
Okay.
Okay.
All
Because
right, what do you
I
think
also
about-
dropped a word to try to make it sound right. So now I get
Yeah,
it.
no, just write it the way you see it. How about C? How do we?
I put my dog is not a golden retriever and it's not fuzzy.
Okay, now you wouldn't use the
I,
word and because we don't have the what? We don't have the little teepee symbol. Do you agree? We don't have this guy.
Right.
So don't use the word and. No, that
Mm.
arrow means what? That one
so
directional
the
arrow
if
means
then,
if then. Exactly. If then. This is the conditional.
Okay.
So we would go back and read it as if what? My dog is not a golden retriever.
then my dog is fuzzy.
That's right. Then my dog is fuzzy. So if my dog is not a golden retriever, then my dog is fuzzy. That's how you read it. Yeah, that arrow, one directional arrow means if then. Okay. All right. How about the bidirectional arrow? Ooh, that's a biconditional. So how would we read this?
I have my dog is fuzzy if and only if my dog is a golden retriever.
That's it. My dog is
Wow.
fuzzy if and only if. If and only if. That bidirectional arrow means if and only if. Okay, so my dog is fuzzy if and only if my dog is a golden retriever. Could I spin it around and would it still be the same statement if I was to say my dog is a golden retriever if and only if my dog is fuzzy?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
It's
because
the
it's
same statement.
biconditional.
Same statement. E, how do we convert this one?
My dog is a golden retriever and my dog is fuzzy.
Well, Q is what statement? Q.
Oh, my dog is fuzzy and my dog is a golden.
There you go. My dog is fuzzy and my dog is a what? Golden retriever. Although, you could have this the other way around and it still would be true to say that my dog is a golden retriever and my dog is fuzzy. Sure.
That's how I had it.
It would be okay to, have it flipped around also because the word and is in between both statements. That's the important thing, right? All right, great. And we did get them all correct. All right. Okay, so let's end this here and let's go to our textbook and see what kind of fun awaits us in section 3.1. So let's see. Well, no longer available. I'm going to go to Alex. Yeah, I will make that chapter 2 quiz available as soon as I'll try to have it up and running by the end of today. You have till midnight.
It's homework 2.4. It says it's due Saturday, so it's not due on the 28th like the other homeworks.
Let's go back and see. Where was that? Let's go look at the schedule here. So, okay, here we go. All right, so you're referring to the homework 2.4.
4, because it says it's due Saturday.
Okay, hold on, I gotta open this up. Murphy's Law is working right now. Okay, let's take a look. Alex, chapter 2 and 3 homework is due by midnight, September what, 28th. That's when all the chapter 2 and 3 Alex homework is due. The chapter 2 quiz is due by midnight, September 19th. Does that make it clear?
Yeah, because when I look on Alex, it says that homework 2.4 is due
Ooh.
Saturday.
Okay, no, okay. Thanks for bringing that to my attention. I have to go in and make sure that it's due by September 28th midnight. So I will double check that and get to the bottom of that, okay?
Okay, thank
All
you.
Okay, let's take a look here and see if we can go to our book. We'll go to chapter 3.1. And chapter 3 is entitled Logic. Okay. And, it's also wise to, if you get a chance, to maybe look down through some of the examples, ladies and gentlemen, that hang out in the textbook in all the sections that I covered. That'll only give you not only more looks, not only are you going to become more experienced, but this is going to become clear in your mind as to what's going on. So always try to look through some of the examples in the sections. All right, we're going to dive down here and see if we can do a couple of these problems here. All right, number 9. Is this sentence a statement or not a statement? What do you think?
Statement.
Please don't use your phone in class.
Not a statement.
Yeah, we can't really prove if that's true or false. That's kind of like a command, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is not a statement. Let's check the answer. Yeah, it's not a statement. All right, how about number 10? Is that a statement?
Yes.
Yes.
That's obviously a statement. I mean, it's obviously true or false. And in this case, it's true. That's a statement. Number 11 is a statement. Number 12, is it a statement?
Nikki is a yes.
Yeah, I mean, that's either true or false. There is no other gray area there, and that's a statement. Number 13, who will win the student government presidency? Is that a statement?
No.
No.
Nope. That's just a question.
Question.
14, neither Sam nor Mary arrives to the exam on time.
Statement.
Statement?
Yeah, it's a statement. It's either true or false, isn't it?
Yes.
That's either true or false. All right, number 15, you should carry a phone with you.
Is that like a command or something?
Yeah, it's kind of like a command. That's not a statement. It's not, true or false. I mean,
Not a statement.
all right. 16, Bill Gates is the founder of Microsoft. Statement?
Statement.
Yeah, it's either true or false, correct?
Statement, yeah.
That's a statement. Okay, number 17, go with the flow.
Command. Command.
That's not a statement. Go with the flow, that's not
That's not
true
a
or false.
statement.
18, math is not hard.
A statement?
You think that's a statement? But can that be proven true or false conclusively with every person?
No.
No.
Right.
Necessarily.
No.
I would
Dang it.
not say that's a statement. That's not a statement. 19, he goes to parties and hangs out at the coffee shop. Now, it is a statement. They tell us it's a statement, but is it a simple or compound statement?
Compound.
Compound.
You know,
Because of the and.
there's that connective word. Do you agree? That's your
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a compound statement. How about number 20? Sarah got her here highlighted.
Simple statement.
That's a simple statement. 21, Raj will build an iMac or a Dell computer.
Statement.
It's a compound statement.
We got to connect the word or here. That would be a compound statement there. Number 22, euchre is fun if and only if you win.
Compound.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's compound. It's got the what? The biconditional. Do you agree? If and only.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's that arrow that goes in both directions there. Okay. Number 23, February is when Valentine's Day occurs.
Statement.
Simple.
That's just a simple statement. Yeah. All right. So these are, pretty obvious. They're not really that difficult there. Simple or compound. Number 25, if you win the Megabucks multi-state lottery, you'll be rich. What word could we put in front of the word you'll?
Then.
Yeah, if you win the Megabucks multi-state lottery, then you'll be rich. It's an if then. So is that a statement? Is it compound or simple?
Compound.
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 Yeah, it's compound. It's a conditional statement. If P, then Q. Okay. 26, the patient is bleeding and going into shock.
Compound.
Compound.
Compound has got the connective word and, right? What do you think about number 27? Is it simple or a compound statement?
Compound.
Got the connectivity word
compound.
or. Yep, got the disjunction connecting those two statements there. That's compound. All right. Now, let's see what's going on here. Identify each statement as a conjunction. Now, what is conjunction? Conjunction means what? And, do you agree?
And
Yes.
Disjunction means
or
additional means this guy, if then, right?
Then.
if then,
And this is what? If and only.
Either,
only if.
only if.
What do you think about number 29? Bob and Tom like stand-up comedians.
Conjunction.
Conjunction.
That's a conjunction. 30, either he passes the test or he fails the course.
Disjunction.
I've got the word or disjunction. 31, a number is even if and only if it is divisible by 2.
By
By
condition.
conditional.
Conditional.
Definitely by condition. 32, politicians are dishonest and evasive.
Conjunction.
Conjunction.
All right, so we're really pretty good on these. 33 would be
Disjunction.
Junction.
Disjunction.
Wait.
yeah,
Wait,
I've
which-
got the word or there, right?
Yeah.
34, if I don't get something to eat soon, I'm going to pass out. What word could they have put in front of the word I'm?
Then.
Then.
If I don't get something to eat soon, then I'm going to pass out. It's an if then, so it is a
By conditional.
if then.
Conjunction.
Yeah, conditional.
It's just a conditional. If then.
Conditional.
If and only if would be what? By conditional, right?
By conditional.
All right, number 35 is a what? I'm going to pass
By conditional.
if and only if. My experience
Right.
out the way I hope it will. That's by
By
conditional.
conditional.
Okay, what would be the negation of the statement in 37?
What I'm wearing tomorrow is not white.
Yeah, the shirt I'm wearing to my interview is not white. That'd be the negation of that. 38, don't worry, your computer doesn't have a virus. What's the negation of saying, don't worry, your computer does not have a virus?
Don't worry if.
You should worry. It has a
You
virus.
should worry, your computer probably has a virus. Do you agree?
Yes.
Negation of doesn't means it does. All right, the hospital isn't full. What would be the negation of saying the hospital isn't full?
The
Hospital is full.
Yeah,
Hospital
is full, exactly. My name is not Richard Smoker. What's the
Take out the not.
My name is.
Yeah, just drop the word not. My name is Richard Smoker. Come on, you're not going to flunk this class.
Take out the word not.
Take
Not.
Come on, you're gonna flunk this class. Right? 42, wow, that dude has some big biceps. The negation would be,
Wow, that dude has some tiny biceps.
that dude does not have big biceps, correct? All right. All right, identify the quantifier in a statement as either universal or existential. All fish swim in water.
Universe.
Universal.
Yeah, all is all inclusive. Do you agree? That means all
Yeah.
fish in the universal set, or the pond or the lake or whatever, the river. That's a universal quantifier. All right. All right, now next one. Everyone that buys this hat gets a free bowl of soup.
Universal.
That's universal. Some people who live in glass houses throw stones.
Existential.
Existential. Yeah, that doesn't include everybody. That's existential. All right. There is at least one person in this class who won't pass.
Existential.
Existential. That's not universal. Does not include everybody. Every happy dog wags its tail.
Universal.
Universal.
Like it's universal. Yeah. All right. No men can join a sorority.
Universal.
And that's universal. That means nobody. It's all inclusive, meaning nobody. 49. I've seen a 4-leaf clover.
Existential.
Yeah, let's see. That just means
that you have.
Just
Yeah.
I am, right? That doesn't
So
include.
I am just at least one.
Yeah.
First, like,
50, each student that participates in the study gets $100.
Universal.
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 As far as I know, nobody's ever survived a fall from Mount Catherine.
Universal because of
Universal.
nobody's.
So,
It's just, yeah.
Mhm.
it's nobody, right? Nobody means all people have lost their life if they fall from the mountain. 52, so that's universal. Everyone in this class was bored by the professor's lecture.
Universal.
Universal.
No.
Hopefully that's not the case with you guys. Number 53, at least one of my friends has a Mac laptop.
Existential.
Existential.
Existential. Yeah. Okay, I think we're good on that. All right, now we're gonna have some fun with a little bit of symbolism here. It says let P be the statement depression is a public health issue. Q is to be the statement not enough people seek treatment. Let's try to write this statement in words in symbols. 67, depression is a public health issue and not enough people seek treatment.
Mm,
It would
You
be
got
P,
P
the little
with-
triangle pointing up.
Okay.
Q.
So and means what? Conjunction, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So P and what?
Q.
P and Q? That's how you write it? All right, let's check our answer there. Yeah, there it is. Okay, depression is not a public health issue.
So
So the
Tilde P.
the tilde line.
Yeah, the negation of what? Statement P, correct? So
Mhm.
Yeah.
that would be
negation of P.
this guy right here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Negating statement P. All right, number 69. If not enough people seek treatment, then depression is a public health issue.
So it'll be
Tilde P with
Q.
the arrow going to the right.
Q.
It'd be Q arrow
Q.
pointing towards P.
Yeah, if not enough people seek treatment, that's statement Q, isn't it?
Yeah, that's Q.
Then, so we got what? If, then, do you agree? That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
conditional. So we got to go this
So
way.
it's this way.
So if Q, then what? Depression is a public health issue,
It's
which is P, right?
P
So
is P.
Yeah.
if P, then Q. That's the way it would have to be. Wait a minute.
It's
Oh, that was the
Q.
wrong one. No, we got that one correct. Wait a minute. Do we? Oh, if not enough people, let's see, if not enough, but that's what Q says. Not enough people, if not enough people seek treatment. That's what it says. Not enough people seek treatment. That would be statement Q, doesn't it? That sounds like statement Q. Then depression is a public health issue. It seems like it should be what? Q then P, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
yeah.
And they got if not Q then P. What?
Oh, the wiggly line. I wonder-
Let's see, the negation of saying not enough people, what?
It would say
treatment.
enough people will seek treatment.
That would be saying kind of like enough people, right? I don't know. I kind of beg to differ on this one, you know. That brings into my mind something that I wanted to mention to all of you, that whenever you're doing Alex, sometimes Alex is kind of picky as to how you enter your answers in. And if you feel like you got the problem correct, but Alex just refused, your symbolic way of entering in it or whatever, you can take a screenshot of the problem and email it to me, and then I will investigate. If it looks like you did the problem correctly, but Alex was complaining about some tisk thing, I will award you the points back for the problem. Okay, so keep that in mind with Alex. All right, because sometimes that does happen. This one here, I'm debating this one myself. The negation of P would be the negation of what? The word not. Do you agree? Which means you drop the word not, right? Weren't we told that? So I don't know. Yeah. I'm thinking that this would be, I don't know. I don't like this answer. I think that might be, unfortunately, maybe a typo. I'm serious. I just don't like what I'm seeing there. That don't seem right. All right, let's try another one here. Number 70, it is not the case that enough people seek treatment or depression is a public health issue. Now, I want to point something out here. Not means we're negating not. Do you agree?
Yes.
Yeah.
So the negation of Q would be this. Or what symbol do I put in here for or?
The B.
Yeah, this guy. Or depression is a public health issue. Or what? P, correct? That seems like that would be that one there, number 70. Number 71, it is false that not enough people seek treatment. It is false that not enough people seek treatment. Isn't that like the negation of what? Q again, correct?
Q.
Enough people, yep.
Negation. To say it's false that not enough people. So it seems like that'd be the negation of Q. Let's see if that's what they have for an answer here. Let's see. Yeah, okay. All right, what do you think 72 would be? It is not true that depression is a public health issue. It is not true that depression is a public
So
health
it's
issue.
negating P.
Negating that enough.
Negating P, correct. That'd be a negation of P. Number 73, not enough people seek treatment or depression is not a public health issue. Not enough people seek treatment or depression is not a public health issue.
Negating and the B.
So not enough people seek treatment, that'd be Q, correct?
Q.
Or
Then
using
the
D,
downward.
D symbol, yeah. Or depression is not what a public health issue, which means we're negating P, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so this is the way it would read right there. So not enough people seek treatment, that would be Q, or is the V, and then you're negating statement P, which is saying depression is not a public health issue. So that's the way it would be there. All right. Okay, that's just a little more of the same. Let's move on down. Let's see what time it is here. Okay, let's move on down. All right, how would you write statement 87 in words here? If P represents the statement, the plane is on time, Q represents the sky is clear.
The plane is
Plane
on
is
time
on
and
time. The sky is clear.
Yeah, the plane is on time and the sky is clear, correct? Plane is on time and the sky is clear. All right, how about 88? How would you write, convert the symbols into words for that statement?
The plane is
the
on
plane
time.
is not on time.
The plane is not on time.
Or
Or the
sky is clear.
Yeah, the plane is not on time or the sky is clear. All right, number 89, how do we write it in words? How do we word it?
Now, girl, how you gonna tell us why it makes sense?
If
Now
the
that
sky
arrow,
is
one
clear,
directional arrow means it's a
then-
conditional, correct?
If the sky is clear, then the plane
Like the sky.
is on time.
Yeah, if the sky is clear, then the plane is what? On time, correct?
Yeah.
If then, right? One directional arrow, if then, right? That's a conditional. Okay, number 90, what do you think? How would we word it?
It,
the sky is clear.
and
Plane is not on time.
plane is
Then
not.
the plane is not on time.
So if the sky is what? Clear,
Yeah.
then the plane is what? Not on time.
Not on time.
True? All right.
Yeah.
That's a conditional. Number 91. How would you word this one?
The plane is not on time.
And the sky is not clear.
That's correct. The plane is not on time and the sky is not clear. Mhm. That's how you word it there. You got and. All right, number 92. How would you word that one?
The sky is clear and the plane is on time.
Not
If-
and.
It's,
If and
the sky
only
is
if
clear.
the
Oh,
plane
if
is
and-
on time.
If and only if.
It's if and
Okay.
only, that's a biconditional. So the sky is clear if and only if what? The plane is on time.
The plane is on time.
All right, number 93. How would you word that one right there? Number 93. Okay.
The plane is on
Plane is
time
on time
or the
and
sky is not clear.
clear.
Yeah, the plane is on time or
Or
the
the
sky is
not
not
clear.
clear. Exactly. All right. Whoa, now it gets a little bit more nasty. How would you do number 94? Remember, P is the plane is on time. Q is what? The sky is clear. Okay.
The plane is not on
Plane is on
time
time.
if and only if the sky is not clear.
That's correct. The plane is not on time if and only if, correct? The sky is not clear. That's a biconditional. All right, it's getting a little more complicated now. 95. Remember, Q was the sky is clear, P is the plane
Clear.
is on time. So how about 95?
The sky
If the sky is clear,
clear.
If the
Then-
sky is clear,
Then
then
the plane is on
plane-
time or the plane is not on time.
that's it. That's it. Yeah. If the sky is clear, then the plane is on
Okay.
time, or the plane is not
Not
on
on
time.
time.
That's it. Yeah. That's a conditional.
So in these type of equations right here, we ain't got to worry about the parentheses.
Parentheses. Yeah, because I thought we had to start parentheses.
That's what I was looking at first.
Well,
These
yeah,
first.
not really yet. We don't. When we get into
Okay.
truth tables, we'll have to employ the order of operations as far as set operations are concerned. Okay. But right now, yeah, we're just kind of reading it without taking heed to the parentheses here. All right, number 96. Remember, P was the plane is on time, Q is the sky is clear.
So if the plane is clear, I mean, what is it
If-
again?
If the
if
plane
the
is on
plane
time.
is on
If the
time,
plane is on time
then the
and
sky
the
is
sky is
clear.
clear,
And
or
or
if the plane is not on time.
Okay, yeah, so if the plane is on time, then the sky is clear, or the plane is what? Not on time.
On
not
time.
on time.
Exactly. All right. I think this is kind of fun. How many people think that? Anybody?
Seems real easy, this part.
All right,
Yeah.
hey,
I
that's
like it.
awesome. That's great. Maybe
like
you're a candidate for getting into computer science. What do you think? All right. All righty. Now, what do you think about 97? Negation of statement Q
Q
sky is
okay,
not-
it's not
Sky is not clear.
clear.
is not clear. That's pretty. Oh,
Oh,
wait, I'm
water
sorry.
sports.
We changed it.
They
It's
changed
okay.
the definition of P and Q. Different problem. P
Okay,
is, this resort is all inclusive. Q is water sports cost extra. So what's the negation of Q?
The water sports do
Water
not cost
Not
extra.
cost
Do not
extra.
cost that.
Do
Yep.
not cost extra. Yeah. All right. P then Q. How would you read it?
This
If the
reason
resort,
are
The resort is all inclusive
then
and not
then water sports cost
water
extra.
sports cost
Yeah.
extra.
If this resort is all inclusive, then the water sports cost extra.
okay.
Right? Oh, that's weird. All right. Anyways, how would you read number 99?
If the resort is
resort
all
is-
inclusive or
Or
the water
Water sports
sport
do
is
not.
not
Extra.
included.
okay, so the resort is all inclusive, or the water sports
Do not.
don't cost what extra, correct?
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right, Q. What about number 100?
Oh, the water sports. If the water sports is
No,
I
put the
can't
word if.
Okay. Water
Just say
sports
water
cost extra
sports cost extra.
if and only if
Yeah.
this
the
resort is
all
all
inclusive.
inclusive.
If and only if, that's a biconditional. So water sports cost extra if and only if this resort is all inclusive. All right, number 101.
This
If
resort
this
is all
resort
inclusive.
But you start off with
not
the word
all
what, if though, correct?
if
If this resort is not all inclusive,
Yeah, if the
then
resort is
water
not all,
sports do not cost extra.
if the resort is not all inclusive,
Not.
then water sports do not
Do
what?
not cost
Extra, correct? See how they worded it there? It's not all inclusive. Then, so you got the if then, because that's a bicondition, that's just the condition, right? Okay, so you gotta have the if then. All right, let's just jump down to 104. This one looks interesting here. What was P again? Wait a minute. P is a resort is all inclusive. Q is water sports cost extra. Okay. So what's 104? That already. All resort is all inclusive. Water sports cost extra. Okay. Well, what would 104 be?
The resort is not all
It's not
inclusive, or
inclusive.
water sports
Or-
cost extra, or
Or
water sports don't cost extra.
Yeah. That's a bizarre one, isn't it?
yeah.
It
All
kind of
right.
makes no sense.
Look at this one here. Here's a beauty.
my gosh.
106. The resort is all inclusive.
The-
Or
Water
water
sports
sports
cost
cost extra,
Cost extra.
Extra.
Oh, we should have used the word if
if,
first, correct?
if is first, yeah.
If the resort is
The resort is all inclusive, or water sports cost extra, then
Then
Why is
water
it a,
sports don't cost extra.
now this is careful here. This
Yeah,
is
yeah.
negation of the negation. Now, let me show you this. We've never seen this before, but if that ever happens, if you negate the negation of a statement, the net effect is that you're just left with the what? The statement. Do you agree?
yeah,
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
write that
Yeah.
down. Yeah. Yeah, the negation of a negation means you get rid of the negation. Okay.
Okay.
So this can be replaced with what? Just Q then.
a regular queue.
That's
Mhm.
that's equivalent to Q. So how would we say that? If
If.
If the
If
resort is all inclusive, or
Versus.
water sports cost
Sports does
extra,
not.
then
water sports cost
water
extra.
sports cost extra.
yeah, that's it. That would be it. So yeah, the negation of a negation is a negation. Wow, what do you think? Like if we went crazy on this and did something like this, what do you think would be
Oh my
what
god.
net effect of this?
It
So
would
we-
negate.
Yeah, just to think of it as the negation.
goes back
What
to
the
a
negation of a
negation.
negation cancel each other out. Do you agree? These are
Yeah.
gone, right?
Yeah.
So we're left
Right.
with what? A negation, aren't we?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Seems like that's the way it would work, yeah, because a negation of a negation cancel each other. So that's the way it would work. All right, let's see, where are we here with the clock? Okay, all right. Okay. And the end of this. All right, well, this is here. This is gosh, we went about. I think we went over just about everyone, did we not? Let's see.
Yep.
Think so.
I have a question for you whenever you're ready to
Go ahead.
question.
Go ahead.
Well, it's kind of, it's on this math stuff, but it's a little bit different. So I print off, like everything that you give us, that you talk about. But what I wanted to know is there a reason like we get it after the fact? The like what we're working on today, we'll be able to print it like whether you have it open tomorrow or the next day. Because I would like to be able to take my notes on these sheets.
Yeah.
Or do you have it? You just want you to be able to go back
All
and
right,
watch the video and then take it.
Yeah, that's a good question. I've been kind of like reserved in regard to making these PowerPoints available only after the fact. Because we did have some classworks on here, so I wanted you to kind of like, you know what I'm saying, not know the answers. I want you to think about the classworks, but you do bring up a good point. I understand that you probably some people want to maybe print out the PowerPoints to add some extra notes on them, and that's understandable.
Yeah.
So what I'll probably try to do, in the future is your future classworks. I'll try to have them so they're not on the PowerPoint.
I'm sorry.
So that I can post the PowerPoints before class starts, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, I'll try to do that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's about all I have for today. In all honesty, we've exhausted all the problems in the book. So I think we're ready to do problems on Alex. Do you agree for this section?
Yeah.
We covered a lot. We covered just about every problem. I think so. I'll stay on the line if you have any other questions or concerns or whatever. But if not, I think we can adjourn a little early today, okay?
Okay.
All right. And I'll try to make these PowerPoints, available before the fact, okay? Before the class.
Okay.
Okay. And
All
anybody
right.
that's coming tomorrow to the library, I'll see you then.